All right, everybody, welcome to Ramble number 17. This time on the main, which hasn't happened in like a year and a half, but today is April 28th, 2024. Misty morning here in Western Canada, Lower Mainland. And checking in from the main, which might be unusual, but it might be explanatory as per the title of the video. And what I have here, I've been grinding the Fortis Colosseum, and after some, let me check, I have data, after some 12 days of attempts, days where I lost, honestly, those 12 days cost me like 100 days of my life, after a lot of stress, a lot of mechanical error, knowledge error, just frustrating deaths. We finally got this quiver, and gosh, it feels good to achieve something like this. As you can see, I am the fire caper. I am a fire caper, so this was my first kind of like, most people had infernal capes getting the quiver. I didn't have an infernal cape, so I got the quiver this way. And yeah, just here to talk about like kind of what that was mentally, and show you guys a few little statistics and stuff. I even have a video recorded, which I'll show later, of my kill count, my final kill. But yeah, so this was something I kind of did melee only. Pretty much the setup I rocked was just SGS staff and Venator bow. And it took, I'd never done like a wave based thing. I mean, fight caves doesn't count, so it was pretty much just Inferno and this that you could have wave based kind of PVM experience on. And so this was my first time doing something like that. The progress was fairly decent. I got to Sol relatively quickly, thanks to like this simulator of like line of sight and attack. Like, it's just the simulator. I'll show you guys actually on the screen, but thanks to pretty much this thing right here, it's basically a little simulator that I will link in the channel, but it really helped solve a lot of like setups. For example, you can place a bunch of NPCs like this, and then you can like see how they react. So like if I were to step out behind the pillar, range and mage would see me first, things like this. I use this simulator a lot, and eventually like I used it so much that I didn't even need it at the end, which was really good. And I learned a lot from just like the game, doing this content. And I used the melee only method. I said that earlier, and it was kind of less forgiving, but it led to the you having more supplies, and it led to you like not worrying about myopia. It's one of these handicaps that limits your like range, your range of attacking. So I'm kind of scatterbrained. I thought it wouldn't be this scatterbrained because I am recording like the morning after I got the quick quiver, not yesterday when I was really hyped up. But I'll show you guys the kill first. How about that? Let's take a look at this kill. So this is the first time I'm watching this. I'm gonna have to open it up on my end, and please stand by while I do that. I have the folder right here. Alright, third attempt today. Okay, you hear myself talking there, so let's look at the final kill. Let's see what I even sound like, honestly. So, I'm just going to scroll up to, fighting him here. I went in, let's just go over this. I went in with like 8 brews, it looks like. I brought one extra just because I realized like there's no point getting to wave 12 if you're not going to have enough food, and I seem to have been very good on like conserving prayer. So yeah, that was the setup going in pretty much. So we're fighting the boss. Doing pretty well. As you can see, I get pretty low a lot of the times, but eventually I learned to just focus like position over everything, position and eating over like DPS. These parries would hit me a lot. I got hit by a 45 there. That's funny. The parry attacks is something I never played Dark Souls or any other MMO RPG, so I really don't know what that is like. Okay, let's go down to like 107. Okay, we'll go from here. And this was recorded on like the AMD software, so that's why you can see like the little notepad I have to the side. So let's go. 3, 2. Parry. 3, 4. There it is. Yes! Yes! To majstore! Eto ga! Oh my god, it exploded. Jao. Dude.
Jao, brate mili. Jao, jebim ti Boga. Oh my god. Oh my god, I got it. To, idemo, kupujemo cigaje sada. Jao, majko mila. Jao, evo ga!
There you go. So that's me just like exclaiming some things in Serbian and also swearing a lot. But I didn't realize the volatility thing went off, which was hilarious. Like, imagine just leaving your desk and your character is just dead, dude. That would have been so depressing. I didn't realize that was at risk. But I wanted to show you guys one more thing earlier. This was pretty much like the god run for me, because I was going melee only. So I took Volatility 3 at the very end, which is like the best scenario for Volatility. I had Manti Mayhem 2, I didn't want higher, and then I wanted Blasphemy and Myopia maxed out. And yeah, I really got like the perfect god run, as you will call it. And yeah, it's great. So if you guys are wondering, I got more stuff to show you. So let's go with the data as well. So here's some data that I use to track my attempts. This looks pretty. I don't think it's visible on your guys' end. So let's go like this, and let's make it more easy, fun to look at. Okay, so essentially, I started 15th of April. Personal bested at 6, then I bested at 8, and then I did it at 10. And then honestly, once I got to Sol, like getting to like wave 10 was very easy. Like the only difficult waves, if you are doing the melee only, is, or honestly any kind of setup, is dealing with the double spawns on south side. So I used I believe I used northwest pillar. So when I had 2 spawns south of me, I guess, south of the northwest pillar, let me be more precise, it would be hard if they were same ticked. You would kind of just panic, and that would always happen on that could happen on waves like 6, 8, and 11. So I felt good going up to a Sol, provided waves 6, 8, and 11 had like good setups. So yeah, and got to Sol, and then what happened here was really frustrating. So this burst of Sol attempts was just, this made me like question if I could even beat the boss. So as you can see here, I only would get like a single hit or 2 hits off, and I'd be panicking so hard. Like basically, this is why the grind costed me like maybe 100 days of my life, was because like this was like 1, 2, 3 consecutive days of like 5 anxiety attacks. So essentially I had the quartet handicap on, which I gave up on eventually, but the quartet handicap spawned the Fremi, and that Fremi wasn't like, I think he wasn't one-shottable or he wasn't max hittable. One of those things are true. And he would just follow me around and like fuck me up, and then like I had to deal with Sol, and I would just like I didn't know what to do. I literally just froze, and I couldn't get past it. And then I realized, like, dude, I don't know if I can do this. This is so frustrating. And eventually I got rid of the quartet handicap. And I also just said, and this is what I learned a lot about myself mentally, is like eventually I just felt sick of being anxious. And I hope people can relate to this. But once you feel sick of feeling anxious, you kind of just like magically transcend, and you become, just more focused, more determined. things kind of just very subtly, passively just calm down. You know, it doesn't have, you could be like tired of being scared. You could be tired of lying to someone because of your drug addiction. You could be tired of just like pretending to be someone who you aren't. Like anything that like relates to anxiety in like some sort of way where you're just tired of something, eventually it clicks in for you. You kind of just bounce back. You think about it deeply. You know, what happened to me was like I would just dream about Saul. I would dream about the Saul fight nonstop. And I just said like, yo, this is crazy. Like I'm a slave to this content. It's taken over everything. Like I just want to move on in life. And so eventually, you know, the attempts started getting better. And there's this one attempt here where I fucking shit you not, I 1 HP'd Saul. It was the most just ridiculous thing. Like I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, yo, no way. I was actually pretty good. I felt a lot of dopamine. I was like, dude, if I can 1 HP him, I could taste the victory. Like this one was not demoralizing at all. And then, yeah, this one was just like probably more mechanical errors than anticipated. And then, yeah, and then let's just fill in the final row here. The magical 0 right there. So that's what I wanted to show you guys as well is, yeah, I kept track of my data there. So, and if you wanted to know how many deaths these 12 days were, well, we'll take a look at the board here. And, okay, this isn't the right thing. But it's statistics, so yeah, I like statistics. So 814 waves. You know, sometimes we would pocket the earnings, like if there was a unique or something, we would just kind of like pocket the unique and go in. And then 129 deaths. So some of these deaths were like dying at wave 2 and 3 when you were just fucking too frustrated to have focus. Some of these deaths were later on with just a lack of, like, I don't know, I call it manticore discipline. I had a lack of manticore discipline for a long time until I just started handling manticores like the exact same way. And then, yeah, a lot of just deaths were learning. So I feel like, you know, some people get it like in less than, I feel like most HLC players get it, you know, in less than like 20 deaths. But yeah, I'm not one of those people. I don't learn slowly. I knew I had the mechanical like ability. I would just get so demoralized sometimes. I wasn't like a defeatist where I just, you know, said like, yo, this shit's too hard. Like I'll never be able to do this. I always had the will and the determination. I just more so got very demoralized. I went through a lot of just like rage, like literally pure rage, and table smashes and all types of shit. Like anxiety attacks. So I did this in 129. Might be cringe, but I did do it after all. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about kind of like pretty much the grind there. And I just want to give anyone like some support who wants to try Colosseum. I would say try this content because compared to Inferno, it's only 12 waves. If you have real life responsibilities and you were to do Inferno, you'd kind of only have room for, you know, 1 attempt a day. And that would make you feel a slave to the content. And also not to mention, you would lose way more money grinding Inferno than you would grinding Colo. With Colo, yeah, you can sometimes like pocket some earnings. Like I'll take a look at my loot tracker here. I made 47 mil at Colo, even though I died 129 times. I didn't profit. I think I spent some 100 mil, you know, in sites. I went through like 2 full sites. I went through 3 Blood Furies and a bunch of supplies. But, you know, at least you make loot along the way. And then secondly, yeah, it is definitely easier. It's 5 tick bays instead of 2 tick bays. Yeah, less waves, more room to get the reps in. So if you're a person who's like not a NEET or you don't have a, you know, open schedule, I would definitely recommend you try Colosseum first. And I just want to put it out there and say that I'm mainly a skiller, you know, and I can do this content. So yeah, give it a shot, guys. If you've been thinking about Colosseum, definitely give it a shot. It will change your it'll show you what it is like to beat a marathon, and it will teach you a lot about anxiety, and it will definitely make you feel elevated as a RuneScape player. You now kind of feel like a badass. Honestly, I don't mind that I got the fire cape. I'm a fucking fire cape quiver holder. You know, I think I'm a rare breed, to be honest. But yeah, it will definitely elevate your RuneScape experience. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Just real quick, like what's next for this account? I don't know. I mainly like skilling. Like skilling on the free-to-play just suits my lifestyle. I'll update you guys with those rambles all the time, the free-to-play rambles. For this account, well, we're kind of broke right now. We only have an 8 mil cash stack. We're trying to buy the Sunfire Splinters. And after that, I'll see what I'll do. I mean, I really just like doing clues and raids on this account. I'm no longer like a clogger. I think I might just go ahead and do like clues, like jellies or something with the Venator bow and the quiver, of course. I really like hard clues and elite clues. So yeah, I think I'll just be doing some raids and stuff and kind of like a little just for fun. This account's just for fun. I got a year of membership on it just so I can play through new quests and grind Colosseum and like do the occasional clue. I may and also GP ult. I do GP ult on this account for the free to play. And honestly, that's been pretty chill. I've been doing like Vires. I've gone through, let me tell you, just 3,000 Vires. I don't like multi-logging too much, but that has yielded like 20 hard clues. And so I like doing hard clues. So yeah, GP ulting Vires is very fun. You get to do some clues on the side. So yeah, this account, it might be played sometime. It might, but I don't know. I can't see it being played like more than the free to play. So yeah, that's just a quick update for what I've been doing here, and hope you guys enjoy the video. And I'll catch you next time, most likely with a free to play video. All right, take it easy.